Okay, here we go. Happy New Year, everyone. We're going to review our exits. I know you can hear me. I don't really feel like sitting on Jennifer's lap, so I'm going to stay over here. Exit, exit. Our welcome is just to say Happy New Year. I'm so glad to see everybody. I'm so bummed about missing the dinner, but we will do another one. I appreciate you sending me the picture. You did. Oh, I will send it to everybody.
COVID. And that I should text being like, oh, I'm not feeling well.
No, I did spread that word on your behalf.
Well, that's because I didn't.
Yes, thank you. And I had the stomach thing, so I figured I wouldn't spread mine either. So Holly and I were just really good. Also, we have two lovely thank you cards from both Jennifer and the staff at the library, and I will pass them around and I will take pictures so that we can have the language for you all to see. But thank you to Donna and everybody who helped out getting snacks.
Great choices, Donna, man. You covered the whole range.
It is
And for about 2 days, we had this table full of treats. And then slowly but surely, there was nothing left.
That's the best way, right?
Yes, it's helped.
She's got it.
That cool snack vibe.
That snack vibe, that's Donna. Any additions or deletions to the posted agenda? Okay. And there's no public, so we're not going to ask for any of that. We're good. How about next thing, approve the regular board minutes of November 14th? Excellent. Do
I second it.
And Rebecca is seconding. Great. Any questions about them? All those in favor, please say aye or raise your hand. Excellent. So approved. Beautiful. Sue, looks like you're on deck.
Okay, welcome everyone. It's good to see everybody.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me? I'm unmuted.
No, we can hear you.
We can, yeah, we can hear you on Zoom.
Okay, can you hear me in the room?
Hold on one second. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, can you try now?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Got it. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
Hello. Happy New Year. Good to see everybody. Let's see. I guess I haven't talked to you guys since the book sale, which was early November, right? So we had a good sale. I saw some of you there. We will never do it again on Halloween. We determined that that's probably not a good idea, but you know, it's a good learning experience, because then Friday and Saturday we were mobbed with people, which was also good. And we sold quite a few books. We also sold, we did like kind of a little partnership with the Knit for Your Neighbor, and had some beautiful hats and mittens and things that we sold, and all the proceeds went to the food shelf. So that was kind of a fun little project to, you know, join in on. That was a little different. Bookshop is doing okay. November was pretty slow. We only sold $382, and December was better. We sold $483, but our minimum goal is 500. So we're, you know, kind of trying to see if we can increase that a little bit. We really need donations. So if any of you feel like cleaning out, we're taking, you know, mostly newer fiction. We did just open up to nonfiction, and we're taking children's and like little kids, toddler and preschool, you know, baby books, that range. We don't need middle readers or young adults. But anyway, that's what's happening. We did just put out a plea on Facebook and Instagram and Front Porch Forum, and we used Jennifer's adorable dog picture. Have you seen it, Jennifer?
Oh, she just stepped out, but
I
think she did see it, but I'll do it.
So it's pretty cute. I forget her dog's name. Coco? No.
Chicory.
Chicory, that's it, with a book in its mouth, and it's just the cutest picture. So I think, you know, and then this morning we got a fabulous donation. So I think the dog, you know, did it. It was the dog picture for sure. So we also, I don't know if any of you ever go to the mall, but we have a little free library that we've been stocking in there, and it's been super popular. And it looks like it's been a good way for us to kind of get rid of extra books that we can't sell in the shop, and then we're also helping the community. So that's been kind of a nice little thing to be doing.
Sue, if you have any other extra books, there's some other libraries in my neighborhood. Should I pick some up from you if you have ones you want to try and stock? Is that possible?
Sure, yeah,
Okay.
definitely. Okay.
I'll stop by the Friends and pick some up.
Okay, there's like in the closet, there's boxes that are designated for little free libraries. So
Perfect.
if you went in when a volunteer is there, just tell them. That'd be great, Ted.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. That's great, because we're still in the process of we really weeded out books after the last sale. We had books that have been through probably 4 sales that haven't sold. So we've been pretty crazy about trying to get them out of the closet, and really, so that's one reason that our inventory seems low right now. But anyway, we're working on it. We just opened up our membership campaign, which is going very well. We're kind of over our target goal at this point for the first week. So I'm really happy about that. Many of you are lifetime members, so you're all set. But if you are a trustee and you haven't renewed your membership, or you've never joined, I would encourage you to do that. That would be awesome. So my plea. And the last thing is our winter concert series starts. The first one is January 25th. We're going to have the Vermont Youth Orchestra, which should be really awesome. And we're all looking forward to hearing them. And that's it. Any questions?
Sue, I don't have a question, but since you're here, I need to let you know that we are now, for the moment, we are locking the closet doors in the storage room.
Okay. We always kept it locked, right? Isn't ours always locked?
Yours is locked. I'm talking about in the
Oh.
community room.
The community room. Okay.
So
Okay.
if you get to a place where you're sorting or you all need to get in there, you need to confer with a staff member to unlock it.
Okay. That's good. Thanks, Jennifer. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Sue.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, Jennifer, hopefully everybody read Jennifer's wonderful reports. Anything extra or highlights that you want to let us know? Look, she has a list.
Governance and nomination is really whipping me into shape as far as being a little more organized, so I appreciate that. Thank you. So just an FYI, a training is coming our way. There are new ethics statutes, municipal code if ethics to cover financial conflict of interest. So at different times, the board has done their own conflict of interest form. It's been very touch and go. The city doesn't always think it's important, but then we do it anyway, but then we don't do it every year. Well, so apparently now under statute, we will be doing it. And the city attorney has to keep track of who has attended the trainings. So we're gonna have to build that into an orientation for new members. And I think probably our best bet is, well, we'll figure out if you really want to watch it all together for 50 minutes or whether it can be assigned, but it's that's coming soon. Has to be done by September.
New people need to do it, or everybody needs to do it?
Everybody needs to do it because it's a new statute.
Can we bring snacks?
Not in this room,
But what if?
but if you do it in your living room, you can have snacks, absolutely. I get the sense it will be for new people as they come. Okay, yeah, please. To my knowledge, I don't know the training yet, but there might be one at the end. Yeah.
Is it any sexual harassment, but it's like should
Yeah, I know. I don't know, but it's a legal thing, so it might not be quite as lighthearted and simple as that, not lighthearted. FYI, as you can imagine, the cold weather has increased difficult situations for people who are post that has led to some additional challenges in the library that we hope to help people as much as we can. That's all we can do, and we can't do much. Also an FYI that Pride 2025, if the library is going to participate, they're going to do it with a different staff member as the liaison, because I want to go to Pride. I don't always want to work Pride. And so a few people at staff meetings sounded interested, so I'll keep you posted on that. I asked Sue Meyer to make a decision about whether she really thought that she could have it in her workload to do a book card drill team. And she said that she had put out a request to staff, city staff and library staff, and she'd only gotten 1 or 2 responses, so she's putting that on the back burner for the time being. So I know some of you are disappointed in that. Well, if you want to take it over, then that'd be great.
Should we run I was gonna say, should we write a song? Because last year we spontaneously sang the meeting reboot song, but if
We
we
did.
did 9 months later, we could write a song, we could write a song, we could sing a song.
Well, maybe people don't really understand what it means, like, I don't know,
The book cart.
what is a book card?
I don't know if she included a clip or
Okay,
what.
are there?
Oh, yeah, there are clips.
Oh, okay.
They're literally pushing book cards.
Yeah.
And doing little
But yes, there are
synchronized things,
So-
and Holly will find all of them.
Yeah, well, that's the
Marjorie wants to take it on?
Yeah.
Am I putting that in the minutes?
Marjorie and Teresa.
Yeah.
See, that's nice, because it's.
A little for you to see, but
We're gonna put it in the minutes for a link. A link will be in the minutes. I'm sure somebody's taking minutes.
that was taking.
Someone's taking minutes. I can't see the link. Put it in.
Nor can I hear the end of the table. So if any of that chatter down there needs to go in the minutes, somebody needs to repeat that.
No, it's all been giggling,
That's what I surmised.
Yes, so you're
Yep.
saying,
Except for Marjorie saying,
Margie's legit.
Marjorie and Teresa have said that they would be willing to organize the drill team.
I do have one quick question. Are we comfortable with the golf carts going down this street?
you mean
So-
book cart?
Part of the issue
Book
with the
carts.
book carts is that we
Does it
need to
go-
buy different vehicles.
Okay.
And Sue could probably help with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
off-roading.
That's right, we need big blow up.
It's like that, like,
Oh, yes, it is actually.
yeah.
Yeah,
Amazing.
okay, great, well, that's fun.
That'll
Thank you.
So,
We'll work on the t-shirt.
well, and we have to figure out, yeah, the t-shirt, I don't know, the t-shirts.
Because Jennifer said last year-
Jesse was interested
Oh,
in
we're still-
in t-shirts that were broader than the library.
Right,
However, given that like it's very few city staff show up, I don't know that and
besides her.
she shows up,
Was there?
someone else was there.
Val?
Valerie's library. Yeah,
Oh, so,
yeah. So anyway, I think maybe a t-shirt, but we're not, we'll talk about
We
it
need
later.
time.
We do have time. Okay, great. Well, that's fun. That'll be
Totally
good.
fun and worthy of coverage.
Absolutely. Do you have one more thing on your list?
No, I already said it. Yeah.
Any other
Next
thoughts for Jennifer?
Jennifer, I had one question in your note. You mentioned Mira is leading the interviews for adult services in the second positions as we assess staffing needs. Is there any color you want to add to that or any assistance you need from us as a board with on the staffing, or is there any issue there?
Coloring it is kind of funny because, yes, I will share thinking. I am. The position that's vacant was originally designed to take on some admin work of mine. for particularly the scheduling, which takes up an inordinate. And we were prepared to do that. The ad went out and it covered that job as well as the communications job. And then we realized that the issues that we're having with after school kids. And I said, you know, that we have them in here and they are sometimes rowdy because they are not engaged. This is basically what I'm talking about. That maybe we could solve that with someone in children's who's there in the afternoons and also there on Sundays, because we're gonna, you know, assuming that we go in that direction. And so I have advocated for that. Kelly has been waffling, and today I said, this is what we're gonna do. So, so that's what that position is waiting on, is she's gonna be revising the job description for this person. It causes some anxiety for other staff who are feeling that they're, you know, whatever. But that, you know, oh my gosh, if somebody comes in and does that, then what's my job? You know, that kind of. So we need to negotiate interpersonal stuff within the department. But I'm hoping that soon we'll advertise that position. The other reason that I feel comfortable doing that is because we have a full-time staff member who is not officially resigned, but who has told us that it's going to happen in February. And it is very logical for that position to take on an admin piece role for their job. So, and it makes a whole lot more sense for someone who's there full-time to be doing the schedule than for someone part-time to be doing the schedule. So, and I have support from that supervisor that yes, it totally makes sense for that role, that person in that role to cut back on some of the things that the person who's in it now has been doing and instead take on some admin stuff. So I think it's going to be win-win.
Excellent. Thank you.
Yep.
Any other questions for Jennifer? Thank you, Jennifer.
Sure, thank you.
So I know we don't have consent agenda because most of the groups didn't have meetings in December, but if anybody, including Margie, let's start with you, any quick updates that might be helpful for people to know?
Yeah, so we had a lot to talk about. So we talked about library cards, how people get library cards. We're gonna continue that discussion, it's ongoing. We're also going to have a discussion about whether or not people who work in South Burlington, if they can get library cards at the, you know, here, which makes a lot of sense. So again, we're just starting that conversation. What else? We also are gonna add, and this will be an action item that we're gonna bring to the board later, but we're gonna add language to our library use policy that patrons should be expected to have their library card when they check items out. As that seems to be, because that is
Expectation.
that's the expectation, and we'll navigate expectation requirement. So anyway, that hasn't been written yet.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, please.
Can we consider a photo on your phone of the library?
We
card?
accept that.
Okay. Amazing.
Have we lost your library card?
I have not, but I am definitely someone that's
Yeah.
running around in my bag for 45 minutes trying to find my library card. Thank you, Margie.
Yeah, so that was one thing, and then changed our date, but that doesn't.
Did we
Okay.
formally change our date? We didn't have a. I
Well,
was waiting to hear on that, so I
did. Our next meeting is the 4th Tuesday, and then we'll have a.
Okay.
So
So it's January again.
no, it's
February.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. February 25th. Okay,
Yeah. So,
that's fine. I thought you were talking to the other people on the group before I didn't
I
change
think
that.
that's me saying yes instead
It's
of
you
I
and
think
Whitney
too.
potentially.
Yeah.
Whitney, are you a governance, have you committed?
Okay, thanks for putting me on the spot here. So I attended the governance meeting and I've been to a couple of the communications meetings. So I guess I was thinking that I would go communications for now. Does that work?
Yes, it works perfectly.
But I mean, I'll do whatever
great.
you guys. I don't really have a preference. I didn't really, only because I've been to more communications, and it kind of seems like, there's a lot of like, I like activities to, kind of volunteer for. So it felt like that was a need, but I am totally happy to be either one. I think the governance was super interesting too. And yeah, so I'll do whatever.
Thanks.
Thank
Well,
you.
Stacy has to appoint you anyway, so.
Okay.
She'll make the ultimate choice for you.
Oh, Whitney,
Yeah,
you're
I'll
good.
do whatever
Don't be
Stacy
on the
says.
spot. It's all good.
I'll do whatever Stacy says.
Love it.
Perfect.
Thanks. I do want to mention one of the things. Have some too much though. Anyway, so the city, as we all know, is going to bring in parking meters. And I feel. Oh, I wasn't. But it's now.
Like on Market Street?
Oh, I think parking, like
It's gonna.
whatever it's.
They can't control the blue mall. It's private. That's fine. Yeah, or they can park at the big mall. They can park at DB. As far as we know.
So I'm going to say that I have yet to email Jessie because I know she's been working on budget things, but I am going to ask her to come to a meeting so we can have a conversation about the parking. And as we're talking around volunteers paying for parking and staff, I'm assuming they would have to pay for parking, as well as there's that, there's a piece of, if we're trying to get people to come to the library, and that is a barrier. So it may not change anything, but I'd like her to come and just have a conversation with us.
We're on the same page here. So much more to say.
Oh.
Marjorie, you have to speak into the mic.
Wait 1 second. I'm sorry, Donna.
You have to have Marjorie speak closer to the mic. I can't hear her. And she has so much more to say and I want to hear.
It's kind of making a joke because I do feel very passionate about it for all of the reasons that everybody just said, accessibility, and our statement, our mission statement and our value statement and all the things that we have built into this that they all knew when we built the library that this was going to be an issue, and now here we are. So it's really super frustrating. Feel better. Thank you. More. Okay, please.
It's also a safety problem for the school, because that's what.
Yeah, are they saying people are gonna just park at
Not parents or people who care about the children.
That's an excellent point. Well, we should tell them. That's an excellent point.
Children are
Where the staff park now? Behind? Over, in that one.
So,
No, I just was thinking, I'm also concerned about equity because like, it's really weird, but I found out that my uncle who drives everywhere doesn't even have a checking account, and like his neighbor patrons are in the same boat. So, yeah,
especially
You can have a park mobile account, you have to have a means to, a link to an account. to pay
Some
for
of them have also take change.
the meters.
nothing wrong with legacy meters.
Yeah, I mean, the ones downtown don't take.
In Montpelier, they do both, or maybe they are legacy meters. Well, great, you can bring this, put that on the list.
We'll find out when the city council is gonna be talking about this and show up.
I will say, when you said, well, as you all know, and like, I feel like I'm pretty tuned in, I've not heard this till 5 minutes ago.
I'm sorry, I think it just became public. I guess I just assumed that.
Like, it was, I don't know, it's been out for a month or two. It was at council, maybe a month or two ago. And I told governance, because I wanted them to do some research with me. What we decided instead is I'm gonna do the research, which I've already started. Yeah, I've already started. So, you know, one place that has Park Mobile, it does a 2 hour free. And I think that that's the kind of thing that Jesse's looking for input on. It's like, okay, so how can it work best? But if you don't like it at all.
So the reason Jennifer has so kindly started doing the research is because I'm more of a no. Which apparently isn't going to fly.
Also, one of the reasons for this is that businesses are insisting on having sort of a time limit so that people don't just come and stay for 3 hours at their places of business if they're gonna be at bars or whatever, or Blissby. And so maybe the free 2 hours would help with that.
Yeah, I don't know what I don't know if there's a negotiation,
Yeah,
but
So that's.
maybe we could limit to 4 hours.
yeah, most people are not at the library.
But it's not, I
I'm
mean,
saying
it's
not.
City Hall. It's the.
There, this is an administrative nightmare, but as you throw it in your thing, there is the validation option too, is that you
Yeah.
come into the library, if you
Oh,
engage in the
sorry.
library, you get it validated, so you're free.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
gonna be
it only works
administrative
if there's
nightmare.
something to validate, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know how that would all work, but that's administrative nightmare of administering a validation and then people coming in and then leaving.
Yeah.
It's-
Yeah, I've
it's
done
just something to
that.
throw into the pot, but that is an
Yeah.
option that people have
That's
done.
good.
Oh, dude, see, I might be getting too in the weeds because this is what I do at work, but does will have registered people who are coming here and be subpoenaed? And does that conflict with our, would they have a way to find out that they're visiting the library? So,
There's no way for them to, I mean,
they.
I hear what you're saying,
Yeah,
but I don't know that it would be clear enough evidence that it would impede their, yeah, I mean, yes,
in
but,
government
yeah.
piece, so
Yeah.
that freaks me out.
Yeah, for sure, especially the library. So going back to staff having to pay for parking, is this gonna be a union issue? Because it's essentially giving them all pay cuts.
well, one of the things that I have to do when I'm doing my research is call those places and find out how they handle staff parking, because that's not on their webpage, right? So that's a future conversation. So yeah, so governance was hot and heavy the other night. I was like, okay, she needs me. I know that Marjorie can get really passionate about things, but this is the first time I was like, okay, I don't want to be in a fight with this person. I do not want to be on the other side of this. Unfortunately, it's okay.
But I do have a question though, so moving forward, and again, this is gonna be on the government agenda for next month. But the question which Jennifer suggested, and I agree with it. It's definitely a discussion that we're gonna have to be having for a bit, and then depending on how the city responds, is do we have some kind of statement in protest that we as a board? And again, that depends on how the city responds. If the city tries to negotiate anything to help it, answer all these issues that we have, and I think they're really important. Equitability and equity, excuse me, and not accountability.
Accessibility.
Yeah.
Accessibility, thank you. Anyway, so.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, it's an important thing to talk about. Hopefully we can do our due diligence.
That is pretty tough.
Yeah, I think in the context of our charter and our mission statement, I think we can make a very good statement connecting to that, and the city council has seen that and knows what our mission is, and I think if we could make a statement as we discuss it further, that would be a way to connect it.
And I don't think you have to wait until it's on the agenda, because every city council starts with voices from the public about things that are not on the agenda. And if we wait, I mean, if one waits, I'm not a resident of South Burlington, so this does not pertain to me. But if one waits until it's on an agenda, it is, it's probably gone quite a ways. So if that is something that you are thinking about doing, keep that in mind.
So I think the question for me as well would be, it's difficult. I wouldn't want to stand up as a representative of the board and say something that would not be approved by the board.
Oh, the board has to approve it, yes.
Right, we'd have to vote.
Yes. You would be reading a statement that, I mean, I will suggest, reading a statement that the board has approved.
Yeah.
Because it's that part of the board, of the council meeting is not interactive, generally.
I think that's an area we should follow between our two committees, and so I think that you should do it. Because you're passionate about it, and you already scared Jennifer. So
No, I'm good.
I just want.
I can handle that.
Okay. That's okay. Yeah.
I mean, I think it'd be also interesting to know what other groups, you know, outside of this building, you know, like next door, the places, the senior place there, and you know, where their employees gonna be parking, and then down the road, whatever business, other businesses, if you will, are on Market Street, because isn't it going to affect? It just seems like there'd be like strength in numbers to say this is
School board.
I mean, it's a question too, like how, where's the circle? Is it gonna go all the way down Market Street,
Yeah.
past the condos, like, is that?
I think we have to look at the fact that it's not unusual for people who work in Burlington to have to pay parking. So this is a new thing to South Burlington, but it's not new to a lot of other places. So I think the conversations are important, it's true. And if we can start off by expressing ourselves in a positive way, showing our mission and vision, and looking for a way to work together, that would be great.
I think that's what we do.
So I'll stand next to Margaret.
No.
I understand. I do understand. I feel, yes. I won't say it. So what I was going to say. I would like to just say no.
Yeah.
But the other side of me says, I think we have to find a way to,
It's much bigger than the library.
that's the problem.
It really is about the downtown of, Ted's talking. The downtown of South Burlington, and it's bigger than us.
So let's bring this back
Be very important.
to our February meeting, definitely, and to governance.
Well, I think that our February meeting will be before our governance
Okay,
meeting.
we'll bring it, okay, let's stop.
Lost time.
Right, okay, thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
This is a bigger of a meeting.
I'm very sad that I missed it,
Well,
man.
there were only 2 people there, so there was no.
So the two of you?
No, I'm sorry, 2 board members.
Yes.
Would it be okay if I were to email the McMartin Central School PTO president and make them aware this is happening and say that I'm a member of the library board, we discussed this at our meeting?
So I'm on the PTO. I'm an officer, and we have our next meeting on Tuesday. So I can take that if you want, or you can send the email and I can follow up, or however you want to handle that.
If you're on it, you should do it.
Yeah. So what do we want? Like, I guess what help me understand the
Yeah, we don't want to just
concerns.
foment.
I want to know
Trouble,
if they're
so that's the-
where things happening in the vicinity, as it is.
Yeah.
A lot of changes on the street have affected the school. This is something that's gonna affect the school because it will continue to be a free parking lot next to a bunch of paid parking.
Yeah, and I mean, whenever they have events at the school, I mean, we have to use Market Street to park. So it definitely. Well, would it be like an after 6 is free kind of thing? I don't know.
I imagine that that's part of what they're looking at is that evenings and maybe weekends are free.
Well, I'm just thinking about like pickup and drop off is already a nightmare. And if that lot were any more crowded with rando cars, that's gonna significantly affect the drop off pickup thing, not just for the convenience, but also for the safety, because this cars back up down Market Street. And kids are like. doing
Right.
crosswalks.
So which lot? So then that would make the lot across the street more crowded. Is that what you're saying?
And
No,
the
she's talking
school
about the
parking
school parking
I think the
lot.
school parking lot.
Oh,
I mean,
the school parking lot. Yeah, yes. We
Yeah,
don't want people
exactly.
parking at the school for
That's
sure.
exactly what they're gonna do.
And
Yeah, that's what they're gonna do, because it's gonna be a free lot next to a bunch of big stuff, so people are gonna park there. And
it's gonna be, just running in, I'll be right out.
That's
Yeah.
increased maintenance costs for Rick Marcotte Central School.
Yeah, okay,
Wow.
now I'm following. That's a huge problem. And there is a safety committee, so we probably should take it. And so they've done a lot of like the crosswalk safety and like all the safety in front of school. So that probably should, I'm actually on a safety committee too. So I should also take it to the vice principal, the assistant principal. It leads the safety committee, so he should definitely know about that. Yeah, that will be a problem.
I
I'm not trying to talk about it, is a genuine thing.
I hear that, and before anybody does anything, I might suggest that you look at the city website and look for, see if there are references there to Park Mobile or anything like that. I haven't done that. So let's see what's out there, and then you can respond to something that is publicly out there.
This meeting is gonna be public.
It's true. This meeting is absolutely publicly out there, but I don't have any information other than it's coming and we are gonna be looking at what we recommend.
Right, so bringing the awareness, Whitney, makes a lot of sense.
Okay. Yep, I will do that. I'm pretty sure that the meeting is next week. Yeah, and I'll see what I can find out here on the website too. Sounds good.
City council.
It might be on a city council agenda, or maybe there's something on the webpage itself, I don't know.
Excellent.
Not yet, no.
Holly, how about communications?
We met in November after the trustee November meeting, and we talked about our planning for the new year. And outreach is still in flux, I think. Because there needed to be some more internal meetings with Jennifer and Toby about that, with the food shop. That's not right.
Oh,
Yeah. And we also wanted to remind everybody about the Welcome Neighbors event
that's right, Saturday.
this Saturday. Several volunteers. Everyone has a volunteer who'd like to volunteer. Can run a scavenger hunt station,
That's right.
and that is geared directly at our Market Street neighbors, but also like further beyond.
Saturday.
And that's pretty much it. It wasn't as hot and heavy as whatever was going on this morning.
Thank you, looking forward to seeing Saturday morning. A half hour after everybody else went home.
9 o'clock is when I'm looking for people to gather so that we can, so that each of you at your station can have answers to the question that is going to be posed to you by the participants.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And we're
Thank you.
meeting again next week, so we're kind of sick, because we're the week after the board meeting. It's hard to remember what's happened, so.
It's far away. I get it, understand. Ted, any finance things that we need to?
Nope, nothing to, we'll probably get together sometime in February.
Okay, great. Foundation, and do you have anything to report on?
We've been meeting, fundraising, committee's been meeting. At the grant.
Can't hear Ann at all.
Oh, you, Donna, who knows the answer. We've been meeting, the fundraising committee met, and we're gonna meet again on the 15th. And we're looking at a short list of grants to start working on. And Donna, what am I forgetting? The foundation.
In February, can you bring your end of the calendar year
Yes.
donation?
Yes.
That's what we did, is we signed a bunch of letters.
Yeah, didn't we like sign things like a year ago?
We signed things and we sent out letters.
Don't have as many as mine.
I signed something.
It was like passed
I
around.
signed yours.
No, don't be sorry.
Oh, we looked because of my doing it.
You're great.
Okay,
Okay.
I signed something saying like,
Yeah.
please don't.
Yes, we send appeal letters.
Signed appeals.
Signed appeal letters,
That's perfect. I don't
with
expect
things in a little green light.
Use little green light.
All right,
all the good
all
things.
the good things.
Thank you, Anne. I'm just excited and want to be able to celebrate all of the wonderful donations. But at the end of the year is hopefully when the foundation received lots of money.
Could everyone continue to like post on the Facebook stuff?
I didn't. What were you doing today? Driving a ship?
Yeah, I didn't understand.
I didn't
that
understand the
either.
post. I'll admit it, but I
I
liked
did
it.
not
I
write the post.
No, no.
No, me.
Oh, you did one for the letter. Okay.
The
No,
foundation.
Penny did one for the foundation. It was, she saw that I had this odd piece of metal in my office. And she said, it looks just like a driving wheel. We should do something with that. And I said, okay. So I held it up, pretended I was steering the ship. And she was gonna come up with something clever, and I don't know if it was clever or not, but there you go.
Welcome to the South Burlington Public Library, where our fabulous director is steering the ship for our community.
That was good.
fun.
And then I was like, wait, is that like a video game? I thought you were.
Isn't that funny? No,
Because it
that
was
wasn't it. No.
You never
Exactly.
amazing.
Custom video.
Well, good for you for posing.
So please be sure to like all of those things.
I like it.
Does anybody have any other business? Because we want Whitney to have her quiet time without children before they figure out that she's all
But the
done.
meeting ended 4 hours ago.
18 minutes.
Any other? Thank you, everybody. We're adjourning at, I can't read the clock, 6:13. Oh, I can read it down there, sorry. Enjoy the night. Thank you, thank you. See you soon, everybody.
Bye,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Stop the
Bye.
recording.
Everybody.
So I can stop recording, and this is the problem.